Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play. The only Let's Play, as you remember from the last episode. I'm Raine. I'm here with my friend TJ,
Hello, hello.
and we are back on my lovely YouTube channel playing Disco Elysium. Last time, I showed that I am probably the best gamer of all time and shot the body down,
Yeah.
which like the game's gonna give me like 300 achievements when I hit the continue button, probably.
With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you.
Okay, I think the achievements just popped up in like a different tab and y'all didn't see them, but like,
Got it
I'm
there.
just like that. Yeah. Anyways, this body seems to hopefully that didn't like break anything.
Looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Uh,
Apparently he was killed by communism.
For the association to flash within your cortex, you have no idea where it's coming from. Only that it's right.
okay.
Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Oof.
You've been policed.
I... Who's laughing now, you little shit? You've been policed.
Aces high.
Yes.
The aces
Yes.
a custom invented by the
No, don't think about it.
brigades during the revolution is used to celebrate success in Revachol.
Don't think about it.
You could
Leave me
add
alone.
aces low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Yeah.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill. It's gonna connect. But then it does.
Yeah.
With precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an aces low hanging.
Hell
Yeah. You
What
got
did
a
I
high
just get in my
five.
brain? +2 empathy towards Kim while I'm
Yeah.
researching.
You got some slots. Believe you can internalize that if you'd like.
Okay. Can
Oh,
I?
you have to unlock it. Never mind.
Yeah, I have to unlock
I think
stuff,
you can
so
though. If you'd
if I
like.
really I could unlock one if I wanted, I think. Because I have the skill point from leveling up.
Yeah.
I don't really feel super in the need to research either of these things. So I'm not going to use that yet.
I knew these guys were.
Yeah, I got a problem with it. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to implicate Kim in my fucking joke. I was going to say that, but I don't know if Kim would be cool with that.
I love
What
Kim.
now?
He is my favorite character in this whole game. He is fantastic.
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before. Excuse me.
He needs to turn away from the corpse.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The force seems to really soften deep inside it.
Uh-oh.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Claire, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
There it is.
Yep.
Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
All right.
You could also investigate the trash, like I mentioned last episode.
Oh, for sure. Meow.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
We're just gonna open it.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
What's this?
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
I'm gonna check it.
The smell
Yeah.
of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Stinky.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
It's making gross noises.
Let's look under the
You
boxes.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Okay. Shout out to dumpster diving. Let's keep going.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
What are these rags?
Yeah.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
So someone just took off his clothes. I mean, yeah, but
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Yeah. Evidence bag.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
let's go for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ugh.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Thrown out towel, a mug. That's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Okay. You think someone from the Whirling Rags might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
All right.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Let's keep going.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Let's see what it is.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged.
Oh
You
no.
can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
This is my fucking ledger, isn't it?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Oh, no. No. Eh,
Yes, it is. Look,
Fuck.
this plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Understood.
Get that mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique?
only in its social sensibility.
All right. Uh-oh.
You grabbed a racist mug out of the trash.
I didn't know it was a racist mug. I did not have an option to not take it once I found out it was racist.
That is true.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
All right.
You said you didn't want to talk about the ledger. However, now that you have it back, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Officially.
True. It's almost like I knew it was in there, and that's why I encouraged you to go in there.
Yeah. How do I
Interact.
use the interact button in inventory? Oh.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
If you remember,
Anything else?
what's her name on the phone told you that you had shoved it in the toilet.
Yeah.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
All right, let's look at the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Oh no.
What do you mean? Is that all?
That's it?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
Okay.
You can ask the lieutenant if that's a good number.
Well, I mean, there's more. There was more, so. There's mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh no.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more.
Yeah.
Pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The
Perfect.
checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Let's commit to paper.
Yeah.
Sadly, the ledger only comes
Oh.
with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But
Kim, do you have a pen?
the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
I am not fucking with his beautiful pens on the garbage ledger I just pulled out of the garbage can.
Absolutely motionless at first, then slowly, imperceptibly even, the lieutenant begins to browse his notes.
Yeah.
Leaving you to the case files.
He's just like, no.
With a free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity.
Damn.
Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager.
You've done all those things.
Poetry.
Hey.
Out of place.
Let's cross out the ones we finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good.
Harry.
Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Yeah.
Hey, Lieutenant. Have you named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Your choice.
The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too.
Hey.
The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
For a second, it sounded sarcastic, but I think he actually genuinely liked it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Indeed they are.
I'm gonna do this later. Let's look at the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
Oh, these are tickets.
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Yeah, you can hand out fines now.
Ranging from 20
Ooh.
to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real. But
Money.
that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Cops. Station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Ooh.
All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
And the one we probably need, field autopsy.
Yeah.
Pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Okay.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Okay, let's look at the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Name.
Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Hey, Lieutenant, what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Thanks.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Let's just look at the clipboard itself.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges
Oh,
are
fun.
rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake it.
Shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Ooh.
And something small inside, light, made of paper or cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Let's look at it.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands,
Good question.
U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
All right, let's look at the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Yeah.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
What in the world?
So, Lonesome Long Way Home is one of your thought cabinets.
Oh, right. This is just... Oh, I couldn't remember stuff, is what this one was.
This says you don't remember where you live.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try this one first.
Is not
What?
what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Let's read case files.
Yes.
Hey.
Piece them together using the
Yeah.
alphanumeric code on the margin. It
Oh, I just hit my
always
mic.
begins
Oops.
with HDB41. Then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
What's HGB 41?
41 is your precinct.
Okay, but what's HGB?
It's safe to say those are the initials of the officer responsible for the
Mhm.
case. Your initials.
Ooh. That's
I
exciting.
got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with, but it's the one you got. So sorry.
Thanks. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Well, note that it is currently almost 2 in the afternoon at where you're at. So,
Mhm. I can revisit this later.
yeah.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Okay. Swoop. I can interact with this one too.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Look at all that content though. There's a lot to read into.
Oh boy, here we go.
Whoa.
What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
What are you going to say about it?
I'm going to use this mug as an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective.
Yeah. All right. Got another skill point.
You do.
I got 2 skill points.
You can use one of them on the thought cabinet if you really want to have more empathy towards Kim.
Okay, and it shows when they're ready again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna unlock one of these. Boo-ba-ding. Hey, I could. How long would this take? 2 hours 45 minutes. Sir,
You only really have 2 options right now.
yeah, I don't think I want to do either of them right now. And then I'll put my other skill point. I guess I could just use it when I think that I'm about to need it.
Yeah, you can always save them.
Yeah, I'll just save it. Do-do-do-do-do,
What
Can
I
turn
always
on the
did was I kept one on hand just in case, and then I would spend the others when I got them.
A microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
That makes sense. I'll probably do something like that as well. How do I turn on these headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
All right, let's do it.
The
Yeah.
dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time.
Headlights.
The lights unfold,
Yeah.
Yeah.
casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Alrighty.
Right? Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Whoa.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
What are they?
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Okay. Listen, what about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Let's count them.
You count 216
Oh my goodness.
perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
I just realized you're still wearing the tank
As you look
top.
at them, you feel your index
Yeah.
finger reflexively contract 3 times.
Seems like something I've done before.
And something you'll do again before this is all over.
Are these like people I've killed? Kim, what do these mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
What do you think you did?
Kim, I love you. You're great. Do you really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
216 to be exact.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop?
Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger gave it away.
Those are my confirmed kills.
That's right. How did you know?
I felt a twitch.
Ah, right. Sometimes the brain's able to preserve certain responses even when conscious memory has been, let's say, misplaced. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Hmm.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. Same.
Yeah.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Thanks.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's look at the street cred.
Yeah.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Look around.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
His finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting right out into the great ocean.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh, yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt out quarter.
All right, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
So now you know what kind of officer you were.
A decent one. There we go. Let's see. Where's this?
That was the convincing of the
Oh,
sandwich.
that's the guy.
That was the attempt to
Oh,
get
yeah.
sandwich.
All right. We could get a sandwich. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not gonna go get a sandwich. Oh, we gotta call in, don't we?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
Radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Yeah.
Could you serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Yeah.
What's the number?
Doing actual police work.
Almost forgot that I had this. It's the boot kind of boots. They're actually the iron boots from the Legend of Zelda's Water Temple, Ocarina of Time 3DS remaster.
Yes.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
all right, we are
Over.
In the cabin, you
good to go.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a good place to stop for now.
Yeah. All right.
Next time we'll
in that
just
case,
go around and interviewing people, I think.
pretty much. We got a couple people we gotta go talk to.
Yeah.
All right. See you then.
Bye-bye.